Today we are going to discuss a very important topic called middleware. So what is middleware in ASP.NET Core? This is the topic for our today's lecture. First of all, these middlewares are present in startup class. In startup class, there is a method called public static configure method which contains our middlewares. All the middlewares are defined in this method only. So question arises, what does this middleware do? So it examines each incoming and outgoing request. So let's say there is a three middleware, okay, and middleware M1, middleware M2 and middleware M3, and a request is coming to middleware 1 because it is in first in the queue and going out through the middleware 1. So what happens, a middleware which is a request which is coming to M1 is passed to M2 and then M2 to M3, and M3 is a terminal middleware, so it will pass to M2 and then M1. So any request wants to communicate with our .NET Core application has to pass through these three middlewares. Now another question arises, how we can get these middleware. So we can get these middleware from few sources. For example, few middlewares are provided by framework. .NET framework provides certain middlewares. Second, if we want to download some new middleware, so we can take the help of NuGet Package Manager, where number of new middlewares are present. Third one, a programmer can also create custom middlewares. Okay, so if we want to create certain custom middleware of having certain customization of our requirement according to our requirement, so we can create custom middlewares also. Second, very important thing in defining middleware is sequence, because let's say we want our request to be passed through authentication. We have implemented some login page where authentication is there, authorization is there, and if we want to log our request, who is coming, what is the purpose, so we want to log it, so logging, and then we want to use static file, so we have used a static file, and then MVC. So if this is the sequence, it's okay. But what happens if we use MVC at the first? So what happens, a request, HTTP request, come to our application and use our application without authentication and authorization and no logging. So if we want to prevent all these things, sequence is very much important, and a programmer can write the sequence according to their need. Now third thing, whenever a request arises to a middleware, okay, let's say a request is coming to my middleware, so it is up to the middleware what it wants to do. For example, it can execute certain code against the request, or it can bounce back or return the request to the caller, or it can pass the request to the next middleware in the queue. So it can perform these three things, either execute or return back the request or pass the request to the next middleware. There are few attributes with the help of which we can define our middlewares. Run method. With the help of this attribute, we can define a middleware which is also called terminal middleware. This is called terminal middleware because no middleware after terminal middleware can be executed. So if we want to execute any middleware, we have to put it before terminal middleware. Otherwise, request will go to the terminal middleware and come back from there. It will not call or pass the request to the next middleware. Then second, there is a use attribute with the help of which we can define our middlewares. In this middleware, certain code is get executed, and at the end next is invoked, which will call the next middleware in the queue. So it will execute certain code and call the next middleware. If it is terminal middleware, it will return back to the first middleware. So if this is the scenario, we can use this middleware. Third one is map. With the help of map attribute, we can define our middlewares, and we generally use this middleware where we want to branch our request. For example, if there is a chance of sending my request from A to B and B to C depending upon the requesting URL, then this is the best.